Joining, this is Moves and Crab Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Moves and Crab Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Moves and Crab Show.
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
¿Cómo están, bitches?
Hey, Mooch and Crap. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch and Crap and Jay?
What's up, Mooch and Crap? What's up, J-Dubs?
Hello, Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap?
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap?
You guys have the best damn podcast on YouTube, bar none.
Arr, you scurvy sea dogs. Time for M&C Mornings. Get watching or we'll throw you in the brig.
I love that intro, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if the game came out a few weeks ago, right, Crap?
Yeah, like who cares, right? I think that's fine. Hey, man, I'm still arging it up. And hey, everybody, What's up? Welcome to M&C Mornings. We're glad you guys are here. Hopefully you guys are all bushy-tailed and bright-eyed and all that kind of good stuff, or however that goes. I'm not exactly sure. But hey, with me as always is the always outrageous Mooch. How you doing, bro?
Good, buddy. Good. It is good. Sunday morning, it just feels good. You know, Easter was great last weekend. It's good to take a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
But this is just how Sundays begin. We've been doing it for so long, it doesn't feel normal without M&C Mornings.
Exactly. And we got the producer, J-Dubs. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great, man. Episode 66. Where does time go, man?
I know.
You know what? I don't know, man. I tell you what. I was just thinking that, man, where does time go? But you know, at the same time, I'm happy that we've been able to do 66 what I consider high quality pieces of video. You know what I mean?
Hell
like
yeah.
This is something that is very. I remember Mooch when he came to me and he's like, "Man, I got this idea," and that idea just clicked with me. And here we are, just all this time later. I think the new M&C Mornings, which is what we're doing now, we've actually celebrated our 1 year anniversary back last week because we came back on April Fools, remember?
Yes,
and I was like, hey, we should do it on April Fools because people won't be, they'll be like, is it legit or not? And
on the internet, nobody believes anything. So to do it on April Fools was genius. It was a lot of fun, and everyone kind of just welcomed us back open arms. Very nice. Very cool. It is,
and you know, and I'm so happy to just still be here and doing that. We've done. To me, like, I would have been fine if just whatever happens. I feel like we already did the thing to Resistance, which was our interview with the head of Rare. Like, that thing was beautiful. You know, like, to me, it's like that's something you can be really proud of. And so I'm always really proud of this show. And so I'm really appreciative of everybody that comes out and watches and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Really do appreciate it. You guys rock. So thank you guys so much for coming out. There is a lot of news to talk about because this week there was like that PS5 report just kind of came out of nowhere.
Right.
You know, like the PlayStation 5 report kind of sort of came out of nowhere. And I thought it was interesting because it raises a lot of questions, right? Like, are we going to get a traditional type of console next generation? Who knows, right? Like if Microsoft and Sony just do a next Xbox and a PlayStation 5 that you can play those games on the current consoles as well, doesn't that make it less of a big deal to you, Mooch? Like,
it does, and I saw your video. Yeah, I saw your latest video too, to be honest with you. I think you brought up some good points. I've always looked forward to new hardware coming out because, like you say, it's the end of one generation, the beginning of another. So always felt like new tech, something new and savvy was on the way. But if we're just going to start doing every 3 to 4 years a new gen / mid gen / new gen. You know what I mean? It would just keep reiterating the hardware, which is what I do think is going to happen. It's not that I'm not excited. I'm just a little less excited. You know, I mean, we've said it a million times, crap. It's going to be 4K 60, right? So it's not like we don't know what's coming down the pipe. No 8K TVs are going to be in people's homes. People are just coming around. You see it on the internet every day. People are like, I just got my 4K. I just got my 4K. They're not going to go get an 8K TV. So realistically, that's what we have coming up in the future is a 4K 60, hopefully uncompromised box.
Yeah, and again, I would say that we would deal more with some developers, and maybe we'll be able to touch on this during the week.
Developers.
Steve, God bless you, Steve.
Yes. We miss you, Steve.
We really do.
He's a sweaty guy. Look at that.
He's a sweaty dude.
I'm watching it on the playback, and I just find that to
So
be absolutely
great.
hilarious. But
It is.
yeah, you know, it's when it comes to what we're gonna have, some developers are gonna choose to go 30 still. I still think you're gonna see some that will push for graphical kind of fidelity over the frame rate.
Right.
And even Phil Spencer, I can remember him saying, people don't care as much about frame rate on consoles, and I think he's right. I still think we are getting more 60 than ever before, but it's not a like happening if the next gen consoles, if we can play those games on what we have now. It's not that, oh man, I got to hurry up and get that because I can only play that game. Like there was always that, right? Like we knew that Gears of War was coming on the 360, and when we saw that, you knew you couldn't play that on the original Xbox.
But
so
here's
you
the
had
thing,
to
though,
get that new piece of hardware.
How is it that we had we have hypothetically, we haven't really gotten into the conversation yet. We hypothetically have no issue with when next generation comes that people will be playing the Xbox 2 and the PS5 at 4K 60, and everybody's okay with the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X playing it at 4K 30. Remember that was the big deal? We can't have the Xbox One X playing at 60 frames because it's not fair. Now everyone's like, give me next gen. I can't wait for next gen. I'll take 60. Who cares what my predecessor friends are playing on? It doesn't matter. It's next generation, for God's sakes. And now it's like the narrative has changed again. We were all concerned that we were going to leave our 30 frame per second friends behind. And now we're like, it doesn't matter. It's next gen. Come with us or your ship sinks. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter. So I just find that really interesting that nobody cares now that it's next gen versus they cared so much back in the, go back what? 4 or 5 months ago. They're like, you can't have the X doing 4K 60, even on PUBG. That's not fair. Yeah. What about all the 4K 30 people out there, the 1080p 30 people? So I don't know how they're going to handle that,
Yeah, like that's a good question because I know, and it's not the same thing exactly, but if you look at the PlayStation Neo documents, they mention that if you're playing a multiplayer game, that the frame rate has to be the same on the base PS4 as the PS4 Pro, or they called them Pro Neo right then. But you have to wonder if that's going to be the same situation if they're allowing forward compatibility. It's a given that they're going to do backwards compatibility, right? Like we know that. Microsoft is talking up. That's a big point. Sony, on the other hand, is like, who wants to play that old stuff, Yeah. So I still think that, we are going to get the majority of 60 frames per second, but I still think that we're also going to get probably some 30 as well. Most of the stuff we play online is 60 anyway. Like the only games that I can think of that aren't are Destiny 2 and maybe Forza Horizon. Like
that's a good point.
Like online games, like everything else that's online for the most part is 60. So
it's already 60. Yeah,
like the Call of Duties, the Battlefields, the Battlefronts, all that kind of stuff. So I'm very excited to see. Look, I always thought that I would not like the idea of upgrading every few years. Now it's like I'm kind of coming around. I'm coming around.
You're coming around.
Yeah, I am. I'm coming around. So I'm excited to see kind of what happens with that. Maybe we'll get a tease of something this year, right? I don't know. Like that could happen. But do you think because the rumor was 2000, the guy said he wouldn't put it out of the question for this year, which I think is no way. But he's like maybe 2019. Pactor and a lot of other people are saying 2020. That's the 25th year anniversary of PlayStation here in the States. That makes a lot of sense to me, especially with the way the PS4 is still selling. Like, here it is with still number one. and the Switch is like on fire, and the Xbox One X came out. So I mean, why would you be in a hurry? I don't know. Like unless, like I said, it's very confusing. But it's like, tell us what you think, because
I think, to be honest with you, I think that 2020 is the logical move for both companies, PlayStation and Xbox. But it wouldn't surprise me if one of them wants to try and pull the trigger and go early in 2019. Now you said the 25th anniversary. Pardon me for I don't know. In the U.S., that's next year or 2020?
2020.
So 2020. I mean, I have not seen any of these companies really align. Yes, they align a date, maybe a release date, but I've not seen them be like, look, we're doing this on our 10th or 15th or 20th or 25th anniversary. I think it's all, that's just coincidence. Nice. Finest. Very cool.
There we go. Finest, man. Thank you. Glad to catch us live, apparently. So appreciate it.
But yeah, I think
Pay those bills.
Pay the bills, crap. But yeah, I think 2020. Personally, we have to. How do you want to look at this? Do you want to look at this? Does it make sense for the gamer, or do you want to look at this? How can Microsoft? If Microsoft wants to try to get a leg up, and it doesn't matter, and we're going to have these new refreshed hardware specs come out every so many years. The only way Microsoft can really catch up is to launch ahead of Sony. Now, you might go, well, Mooch, they're not going to be able to do 2019. That's a little too soon. Okay, so if Sony's going to do 2020 in November, Microsoft might want to plan to do 2020 in August. You know what I mean? Like, get a 4-month jump so that people might not want to linger and hang around and lose out on those initial fall games that are going to be 4K 60. I don't know. I think they have to do some sort of a sneak attack like they did back in the day with the 360.
Yeah. I think that here's the thing. Microsoft has to launch it around the same time.
Right.
That's a given, right?
Oh, that's a given.
They have to. They just have to. They have to launch at the same time. And here's why that makes sense. Because what Microsoft is doing, they realize that next gen is not going to be so much about the hardware or the most powerful, because they're both going to do the same thing, right?
Okay.
Like they're both going to do the same thing. So then it comes down to, what can you offer me that in terms of an ecosystem that they can't? Well, Microsoft is going to offer you Game Pass. Like, I don't think, and I'm on record, Game Pass is not a big deal right now, right?
It's not. As of today, it's not.
It's not. But here's when this is a big deal, right? If in 2020 they come out with the next Xbox, and you can pick that up, and you can pick up Fable 4, Gears of War 5, Forza Motorsport 8, whatever else they're coming out with to launch that with, for $10.
That's a big deal. That's like, and some of these Sega and Capcom deals they've been meeting behind the scenes with.
That's the big deal. So people are often kind of confused about that kind of stuff, right? They're like, well, what does this mean, or what is it? That's what that means to me. Like, I think they're like Microsoft a lot. They are aiming for the future, but the sheer fact that they came out with the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X means that they haven't given up yet. You know what I mean? They're still actually out there doing stuff. You know, they're still going to come out with games. We don't know what they're going to come out with yet, but a lot of people. Ooh, look at that. Is Mooch making a cake for the PlayStation birthday?
No, Fox, I'm not. I might buy one of those pre-made, like, large cookies at the local bakery and just enjoy a slice of that. But no. Enough with it. You know, you guys all know my running joke. I've had enough of celebrating birthdays of non-living items. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? I haven't celebrated the 25th anniversary of the Mach 3 razor blade. You know what I mean? I just don't really care.
You know, it's funny, Mooch, because you always complain about that, right? So on Twitter, I follow Gameaversary.
Yeah.
Where they always tweet out happy, like, 6-year anniversary or happy 7-year anniversary.
Are you kidding?
No, I follow that just strictly because of you, because you don't like that. So
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Today's the 25th anniversary of the triangle button on the DualShock 1. Everybody,
congratulations!
You know,
happy birthday!
Stand up, light a match.
Hey,
yes.
I know we got some voicemails. What do we got, Jay? Let's get one of these voicemails.
We've got our old favorite Def Jam Bam.
Oh, I love that guy, man. Def Jam Bam. He's awesome.
He's one of the best.
He is.
What's good, Mooch, Crap, and Jay? What's good with y'all today? Hey, quick question. So now Hellblade is coming to Xbox in about a week or so. I guess we can scratch that off the PlayStation list of games. Do y'all think it will sell better on the Xbox than it did PlayStation? Curious on what y'all think about that. And you know, because that is a mature game, so hopefully Xbox fans will go out and pick up that game, since that's the game those are the games that we are so lacking. So that's a mature game. So hopefully everybody will pick it up and support the game. We'll see how that works. And what else? Oh, hey, who's going to pick up No Man's Sky and Crash Bandicoot?
I love how he yes.
I mean, maybe Crash Bandicoot. I'll probably maybe pick that up on a nice sale. No Man's Sky, yeah, kind of lost me on that one. But everybody in the chat listening in, hit that like button, share this out. I know what to do. Bam is out. Peace.
Hey, always good to hear from Def Jam Bam.
Right?
Whoa,
Infinite. By the way, he goes by Infinite Crap. That's who donated the $10.
Okay, yeah.
Very nice here. Thank
Infinite.
you.
Yeah, you know what's funny is he said that he bet you do make a PlayStation 4 cake or anniversary cake. So
we'll see. If I do, I will certainly tweet it out. You'll see pictures.
You should definitely. But speaking of Def Jam Bam's questions, Hellblade didn't do particularly well on PlayStation 4.
No, it didn't.
I don't. For me, I played it on the PS4. It's not my cup of tea, but I do hope that the people that want that mature title that really shows off graphics, they pick that up, right? Because there's no excuses.
Right.
It might not be exclusive, but it is something that that people can play, and those graphics they're saying are the equal of PC high settings. So that's fantastic. Hold on, we've got a question here.
Yeah, what do you guys think about the Xbox One? I think it means X announced in the latest Game Informer.
What do you think about the Xbox One F? Oh, okay. That's, you know what, dude? Game Informer does their April Fool's thing. Like that's what their last issue was. It has April Fool's stuff in there. So they always do like sort of like I always do April Fool's Day stuff as well.
Right.
So that's what that is. It's April Fool's. They just do jokes, man. That's what that was, man. So yeah.
Well, I want to get back to Bam's question. There is a chance here, Crap. I want to bring this up, see what you think. There's a slight chance. Originally, when somebody asked me, do you think Hellblade will do better on the Xbox than the PlayStation in sales? I originally said no. Because I feel like wherever you launch first, same thing happened with Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's still better on Xbox. Yeah. It's just the way it is. It's timing. It's the reason those deals are cut in the first place. They know it works. But in this case, because it didn't do so well on the PS4, and yes, the PlayStation folks did a great job of talking the game up, and I think a lot of Xbox fans were kind of like, well, what is this thing? What is this game you're talking about? For everyone that doesn't have both consoles. So I think it has a chance of at least doing as well as the PlayStation 4. I'm going to be picking it up. I'm going to sound like crap here. I can't see that being a hard 1,000 achievement, too, for a lot of you guys that want to go out there and pick up achievements. That's not necessarily, I would say, the reason to do it. I think the game is fantastic and it brings a unique play through the narrative.
With headphones, I didn't, but I guess you would say that, right?
Right. You really, I hate to tell people you got to do this, you got to do that, because even if you have an amazing surround sound system, it doesn't work the same as when you're listening to it on a nice set of headphones. The way that it goes from ear to ear with the Dolby surround sound or the Atmos, it really puts you and immerses you into the story of the character. So it's unique. It's not a full price game. I think it's $30. I don't want to speak that I don't know.
It's $30, but if you pre-order it, it's 10% off or something.
Oh, okay. So. Well, there you go. You get a bit of a break. And I heard it's some of the most beautiful visuals on the Xbox One X.
Yeah, and like I said, there's different modes to choose from if you have the X, so you'll be able to kind of pick and choose what you want to do and things like that. So
right. So. And the other was, here's the problem with No Man's Sky. I got to be honest with you. I had a conversation with Crap, and Crap was kind of just laughing. I don't blame him for giggling while I was saying it. I said, listen, I'm leaving the chapter open to see what they come out with in this quote-unquote next update. But here's the problem with... Oh, Luca, nice. Oh, no. How could you say that, Crap?
I didn't. It was a joke.
Luca, I think your nails looked fantastic.
They did. Pink is a good color. It's my favorite color. Just like the song by what's that? Aerosmith, I think.
It is Aerosmith.
Guys, this money falling from the sky has really been helping people want to donate, I think.
You know what? I think so too. It's always good and always appreciated. We do our best to kind of come out here and do a good. Hey, and we were just talking about Luca pre-show, how good you did on Crossfire.
Absolutely. So, the reviews from Crossfire this past Friday were just in fuego. It was on fire. Thank you to Luca and the entire panel.
I don't know what in fuego means, but I think it means something
on
good.
fire. Sorry,
on fire. Got you. Yeah.
Remember the old ESPN days when they actually used to talk about like sports? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Today is WrestleMania Day. I know you're not a big wrestling fan, but for us that are, man, this is the day, man. This is the day, and it actually kicked off last night because they have like a minor league team called NXT. That's like where the up and coming talent wrestles. They did their like pre-WrestleMania show and it was phenomenal. So I'm very excited because tonight I get to check out WrestleMania. I'm a big wrestling fan, as you know. So very excited for that, man. I just figured I'd throw that out there in case.
No, that's fine. I think that nice Lady Foxfire actually found a nail. Someone painting their nail icon. That's awesome. Make it rain, Jay. There you go, Crap. See, you make it up for a lost time. It's great. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Very cool. Very cool. Getting back, I think No Man's Sky doesn't. It doesn't hold anything, Crap, because who wants to actually go back and play an empty? See, I understand we're going to get into the Sea of Thieves controversy that's going on, but where No Man's Sky separates it is I don't get a chance to play with friends in No Man's Sky. And even if they add a plethora of content, listen, if No Man's Sky ever becomes a Games with Gold, I'm downloading it. I'm going to see what this is all about. Crap picked it up for like $6 or $4 or something. I haven't even tried it. I've never even tried it. But I know without having that loot system that they have built in there and then not having that experience with friends, I don't know how much I'm enthralled to try No Man's Sky, even with an update.
Well, I bought it for like $7-8 used on PS4. I played it. Here's the thing. It sounds cool. Like, imagine you could, like, the way I envisioned it, you could play with your friends and go together, and you know what I mean?
Yes.
And there was none of that. So the fact that they actually flat out lied about it and said, hey, you can do this, and then you can't. That was a big thing for me. Like, oh man, that sucks. Right? Like, it had nothing to do. Like, if people enjoyed that, that's fine.
Supersonic Stanton. Shout out to Stan. That's great.
What am I like? I like all the donations, but you almost feel like a stripper getting all the ones and twos.
You're getting all the ones. That's great.
Like Butch will get 75, or somebody will pay Zaire
75. That's great. Cap, it always goes up.
I know.
Cap's great at that.
Or Zaire will get $350.
Be happy you're in the United States, because if you're in Canada, get loonies and toonies in your pants.
Oh, God,
those really jingle around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got some loonies in here, yeah. So
we should probably take another call too, Crap.
We should. And if you guys want to call, if you guys want to Skype in, it's MC Space Mornings on Skype. And yes, Skype lines are open. So go ahead.
Call them with questions or any concerns you have on the subjects we're talking about, please.
Okay, so on deck we've got Divian. Divian called in last week live, and he decided to leave a voicemail this week.
That's very cool.
All right.
Hey guys, you're talking about Xbox at E3. My question is, do you think they'll rebrand Xbox, as in get rid of the One part of the Xbox? Because, just how the Generation 1, maybe with a fresh name, they can start again and build upon what One X has done. So, like Xbox something, whatever it might be called. Because, the Xbox One's just got too much of a negative history per se. Just the last year maybe has been super positive. So that is my question, and that was under a minute. There you go.
Nice. Thank you. We really appreciate. Not only do we appreciate that, the audience appreciates that. So thank you.
Plus, we appreciate that we can follow along to the question without going.
Yeah, having a mystery, a puzzle, or a map.
Yeah, like here we are with the Da Vinci Code. What do you think of this, Mooch?
I don't know. Yes, Turn the dial 3 paces left, Crap. We'll figure it out. I don't know. So I think no, I mean you said this, Crap. Go ahead.
Look,
you nailed
here's
it.
the thing. Like Xbox One, that has a little bit of taint to it. Like that's pretty obvious. But I think that that also plays into how they're going to do the future generations, right? Like, are they going to do Xbox 2 or Next or whatever? If you do, and the Xbox One can still play those games, it makes that next-gen hardware less wanting to go out and get it. Just like the X. I think the Xbox One X is basically a next-gen console, right?
Right.
Like, for all intents and purposes, it is. Like, the way we're getting the 60 frames per second options, the different graphical options, it's that. It's super powerful compared to the Xbox One that we got.
Yes.
It's night and day. but with with the next gen, what do you call it? Like, what do you know? Like the PlayStation 5, like Sony's really in a good spot because they just named the PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. It's like people really had like that name recognition. So, I
think they can just go back to Xbox? Can they just go back?
No, probably not, because people they hated on the Xbox One. They're like, well, this was already the Xbox One. You know what I mean? So
the whole 360 and one. I mean, I almost feel like they pulled like a kindergarten class to get these. Like, where do they? I mean, I understand the concept, but it's so basic, like the all-in-one. And it's like, I don't get me wrong. Even if their plans had worked out and they didn't get the backlash of the media and everything else, if it did work out, like I still think that's I would have been like, I don't like the name, guys. I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like. All right, ready? Just so you guys understand what I'm saying. I don't even like how Battlefield went and did this wacky thing, right? So they had Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5 coming out this year. Like, what? Like, it messes everybody up. It's not cohesive with progression. And people like progression because now you've got a successful 360 era crap, right? And everyone's like, well, they're not going to name it 720. So they didn't name it 720, and now we're back to 1. Hey, shout out to Michael Cicello.
Oh, yes. Thank you, man.
Nice.
Appreciate
fellow,
it, bro.
Fellow Paisano.
Yes.
He's got more vowels in his last name than I could ever, even Da Vinci. It's amazing. But no, nonetheless, crap. So, I mean, I don't know. They do need to, they have to change the name. We all know that. But you can't call it Next Xbox. That sounds like a spare, like, I don't know, a set of sneakers coming out. I want like something with some meaning and that they can build off of it for the next generation.
Xbox Infinite, Xbox 360 again.
How about Xbox 360 plus one?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Donnie D, where are you?
Donnie D, where are you in your slogans? Where are you, dude?
I don't know. Dude, I always get people that ask me, they're like, hey, crap. What's the deal with Microsoft not advertising? I don't know. I wish I knew. They advertise stuff on the dashboard. It's like, so if you're not already a customer, you're probably not going to know what's going on. I don't know
why they don't advertise more. You've got God of War everywhere, from NBA games right now to movie theaters. It's all over the place. I know they are advertising in movie theater pre-shows with that, not Sean Ashton, but who's the other guy there? Sean, the gentleman who was in Stranger Things.
Yeah,
and Rudy.
Sean Ashton.
No, I thought Sean Ashton was the Iceman.
That's Ashmore.
Oops. Yeah. Very close, folks. Very, very close.
He's the guy from Goonies, right? Yeah.
Yes, he was the guy from Goonies. We do have another
M&C
call.
Mornings,
We do have a call. Hey now.
What's up? How's it
going? Hey now. WN.
What's up, Mooch? What's up, Crap?
What's up?
First, I have a couple things to say. Crap, I am excited for WrestleMania. I watch it every single year. It's great. It's fun entertainment. And I can't wait to see what happens tonight on WrestleMania.
Nice.
The second question I have, there's a rumor flying around. I don't know. It's kind of like a new rumor. It's been here for like a week about PS5 having an 8-core Zen, a Ryzen processor. I have a feeling that could be true, but I feel like the possibilities of that happening with Xbox is true as well, but I just feel like we're going to get more cores. I have a feeling instead of getting 8 cores, we might get 12. And that could put the next Xbox at an area where it's like, oh my god, this could be a game changer even more. What are your thoughts on that, guys? And let me know what you think. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Well, glad to see another wrestling fan. Like, I swear, I'm going to start up a wrestling thing because anybody that knows me knows that when I'm passionate about stuff, it's easy to talk about. Gaming is one thing I'm passionate about. Wrestling is another thing I'm passionate about. So it's good to see. I didn't know that there were so many wrestling fans that followed me. So that's pretty cool. I want to say that. Second of all, the Ryzen thing, that makes sense because the CPUs are what held back the consoles this generation.
Yes.
Right. So you need those more powerful CPUs so we can get the frame rates and things like that up to where they want to keep them, which is people want 60 frames, then give them 60 frames, So I would assume that, like I said, next generation is going to be very similar between the next Xbox and the next PlayStation. It's going to just come down to the values and things that you're getting as well. Like Microsoft does the backwards compatibility. You'll play Xbox games, 360 games, Xbox One games. there's EA Access, there's Game Pass, there's Play Anywhere, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's so much. They have the game preview program. That's really enabled them to get stuff like Deep Rock Galactic and PUBG. So, I mean, it's realistically going to come down to that. I know a lot of people like to rag on the services stuff, but Microsoft has the best services and Sony has really good games, but I think Microsoft has good games too. And if you're coming right out of the gate, then I think you're going to be able to get the most bang for your buck with the Xbox.
Right, because I mean, there's not going to be a power differential. If anything, and I know everyone's going to say, "Oh, you're an Xbox fan, that's why you're saying that." They're either going to be the same, or Xbox is going to put a little extra something, maybe something that they do internally, like they did right now with the way that they handled the GPU in the X. Okay, they even have the power, the way that they distributed power. They named it after the engineer that created it in house. So there's things that Microsoft just can do that they're just a bigger company. So they may be able to push out just a little bit more. Will that change in the gaming? I don't think so. 4K is 4K and 60 is 60. But if Microsoft can do it quieter and more efficient, it's a little bit better of a box. That's maybe something they can do in their R&D. That's to be seen. Nobody knows. What I think personally coming in the next generation, forget the CPU, GPU. Like I said, they're going to be very similar. Microsoft has to come out the gate and eat $100. Flat out eat $100. I don't know how. Listen, that's not my problem. That's a them problem. But if you want to get people back onto your boat and you have a very similar product,
that, my friend, is a you problem.
That's right, Mooch.
That's right, Mooch. It is a you problem.
Mooch, let them know. I got to be honest with you. It really is. They have to come in. If Sony releases the PS5 at $400, Microsoft's got to do it at $350, $300. You know what I mean? $50, $100. Show them you mean business and come out there, guns blazing and do your thing. If you're going to just go on stage and be like, we're going to match them. Well, they're already beating you and they have a forward and backward compatible machine. So like Crap said earlier in the show, there's no reason for anybody that has to run. If you have a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, you don't need to run out day one and buy an Xbox 2 or a PS5. So why would you get somebody with a PS4 Pro to jump over to Xbox 2? Oh, that's right. It is all that and a bag of chips. It's exactly what the PlayStation.
It's all that and a bag of chips.
These are all old ESPN slogans. And then it's
choose with
right. As cool as the other side of the pillow. Right. I got a couple more. So I mean,
nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
It is. Mooch. You really should market those. I really think that's the case. Crap. If it's can you imagine if the Xbox 2 and PS5 are exactly the same and Xbox is $100 cheaper? Come on.
Yeah,
it's what they did this gen.
Plus the services, like I said, like you can get Game Pass and try Fable, Forza, and Gears, and have those day one. So I agree. That's when I think Game Pass makes sense. Like right now, it's kind of right. But next gen, it has the chance to be wow.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah. Shout out AJ Felton. He's like Stuart Scott. Rip, great slogans. Yes.
I know he was. Stuart Scott was one of. I missed the guys like Stuart Scott that was on there, and even the guys that were there early on, like Dan Patrick, all those guys early on in ESPN's years. Man, a lot of fun to listen to their one-liners.
They were real funny. Kenny Mayne and Dan Patrick, I remember, used to be like a really tandem and stuff. So
yes,
that was back when I used to watch ESPN. Like I don't watch that. I haven't watched ESPN in forever.
No, you know what it is. You really don't. ESPN's turned almost into like the weather. Remember how important weather was on your local news or whatever. Now you don't need that. You have an app on your phone that tells you all your sports highlights and all your weather in the push of a button.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what? Let's take another voicemail and then we can jump into the Sea of Thieves topic for a little bit.
Yes.
So who do we got on deck there, Jay?
We've got Fury 1386 on deck.
All right.
Let's do it.
Hi guys, this is Fury 1386. Hope you guys are doing great. Just finished listening to Crossfire. It was an awesome show. Guys, my question regarding Microsoft ending this generation, closing down this generation is, shouldn't Microsoft be focusing on their hardcore gamers? By hardcore, I mean, look at last gen. PS3 was a joke, really a joke. But Sony managed to gather its hardcore, focus on them, and end it pretty high with The Last of Us. And I think Microsoft has it in them to finish strong. What do you guys think? How can Microsoft finish strong so they can pick up momentum next generation? Love to hear your thoughts. Keep up the good work. Thanks and goodbye.
Great question.
Yeah, they should always go after the hardcore first. And like Microsoft has a tendency, and this isn't really a knock, but this is just more of a kind of a thing that I see. Microsoft has a tendency to not master something before they move on to something else, right?
Right.
It's like master something first and then move on. It's like they want to be a jack of all trades, but a master of nothing.
Right.
You know, so it's like master your console stuff, get that stuff taken care of, and then move on to the other stuff, you know, because I have to be honest, I'm a VR fan, but I don't want a VR announcement at, you know, at E3. That doesn't really make sense.
Right.
You know, I don't want like that game streaming service that they're going to have. Nobody's going to care about that.
Yeah.
Sony did that same announcement 4 years ago and nobody batted an eyelash because,
That's right.
you know, people just don't care about that stuff.
No.
For the most part, I don't want to speak for everybody. I'm sure there's some people that are like,
some do. Yeah.
For me personally, it's a never was, but
never was.
It's never was.
Well, you know, before we take the call, I just want to quickly chime in on the one part of his last part. What can they do? At the end, I think Microsoft will do something similar in the fact that what PlayStation 3 did with The Last of Us ending on a high note, I really think Halo 6 will bring the Xbox One. It's a great way for the Xbox One to sign off, and we welcome our next generation console.
Exactly. I agree 100%. M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hey, Mooch, Crap, J-Dub, happy WrestleMania weekend.
Woo!
And Crap, if you do start a wrestling channel, I'll be the first one to subscribe because,
awesome.
yeah, well, I'm a big wrestling fan myself. And I would like to hear your thought, who you think Braun Strowman's partner is going to be. And but this question for Mooch, at E3, do you think they will show any more content that is coming for Sea of Thieves? Because I just started to play Sea of Thieves. It's a very interesting game. I like playing by myself, and I haven't ran into any of these cheaters that Crap keeps talking about, but hopefully I don't. So, but anyway, everybody have a good WrestleMania weekend, and thank you very much. Bye.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? Like everybody that knows me, Braun Strowman is my favorite wrestler. Big dude with a beard. Sort of reminds me of me. Honestly, he's like a cartoon character in wrestling form, to be honest with you. He flips trucks over and stuff, you know, so it's just good fun. So he's in the tag team championship match and he has no partner because he's just like this big, like 7-foot dude that just takes care of everybody himself. Right. So they're like, well, you got to have a tag team partner. So who knows? I mean, honestly, I would like to see a surprise. As long I don't really want the Big Show because I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Big Show, but anybody really, like maybe Bray Wyatt, who knows? You know, I think that would be cool. As for Sea of Thieves, the cheating problem is rampant. Like Mooch, you've seen it, but overall, that game, here's the thing: I love that game to death, but overall, that game isn't where it needs to be.
Right.
Like you saw, Mooch. I posted it to Twitter yesterday.
You did.
The boat disappeared.
Yeah, did you see us? We dropped. That was me and Clown.
You guys just fell.
Or me and Assassin.
Off the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's unfortunate. And they are going to do a video next week that's outlining their future content plans for the game. So that's good. I think people will come back. I think that's the type of game it is. It's a fun game. Make it so crossplay isn't mandatory. And I think you'll have a lot of people jumping on that game.
Well, there's a lot of things that we talk about this all the time, Crap, and it happens. And of course, everyone's just going to be, oh, Phil just learned. He learned along the way. We said this 3 years ago. A couple of things he came out and said he was going to do and implement. And we're like, that's probably not going to work. They're going to have to put a toggle in there to shut off the crossplay. Crossplay is something that I know Phil has to do for Satya, right? I mean, do I know for a fact? No, but you could see, I think for him to be sitting at that table, he needs to bring in the Windows family into the Xbox community, okay? And in order to do that, crossplay is a large portion of it. So that being said, what I'm going to say is I'm going to make everybody happy. Make crossplay available with an on and off switch. So when you want to do it, when the gamer wants to do it, it's totally within their means. If they don't, then they don't. And that's fair. Because for you to throw us into a group where there's issues and there's things that you as Microsoft can't take care of yet, you just haven't figured it out yet, It's like you're saying a few minutes ago, Crap. Jack of some trades and a master of none.
Yeah.
Like they've got it going. They're ahead of a lot of other companies, but they haven't perfected it yet. And you can tell that by the cheating that's going on.
Yeah, just get your act together a little bit, and then we'll see kind of what happens with that. I just I love the game, like Mooch. I do. I love the game. It's just it's a really good game.
Listen, here's my thing. It's easy for you. I seen what you said. You did your video. You're like, listen, when you fix it, I'll come back. Myself personally, and Xbot was saying this on Crossfire, like. You heard me say it, like the family, everybody's into it right now. So you're going to see Mooch when you see me online. We're playing a lot of Sea of Thieves because ultimately, even though we're running into some issues here and there, to do this with the family is still a lot of fun. Like you say, it is a fun game. And the answer, I don't remember if it was this caller or who asked before, but do we think we're going to see, I think you're going to see a large content drop or an update or what's coming from Sea of Thieves at E3. I think Craig Duncan even alluded to that on our interview that he really couldn't embellish on. But, I think you're going to see Rare at E3 Crap in a major way.
Well, here's the thing. Rare should be at E3, but they shouldn't talk anything about they shouldn't talk anything about Sea of Thieves, I don't think. Just
really?
I wouldn't talk. They should have
there's a ton of content that's going to be dropped on Sea of Thieves.
I don't think people want to hear like
a 2-minute segment would be great for all the people that what it does is two things, Crap. For you and I who own the game, okay, it keeps us enthralled because we made the purchase. For everybody that may be going month to month on Game Pass, I think it's ultimately it's crucial for them to see content coming, or they're going to question why they're paying $10.
Well, save it for Inside Xbox or something.
Save it for Inside Xbox, yeah.
And I love the game, like just like VR. Save that for something else.
Right.
This is going to be one of those things where this is the most important E3 that Microsoft has had.
Right.
And they've got to really just go out and do it. They've got to have the games. They've got to showcase stuff that's more than a year out. They've got to go out and do that. And I think Phil knows it, man. Phil knows it. Phil knows that there's a lot riding on this.
Yeah.
Because Sony right now just has got them right where they want them, honestly.
They really do.
They do. Microsoft has to go out there and show people what's coming.
Yeah.
There's no other way around it. They got to show them what's coming. Show us a trailer for Fable. Show us the Perfect Dark. Show us a new IP. So,
no, I'm with you. Let's take another voicemail while we're at it.
Yeah.
Questions have been great today by everybody.
They have been, yes.
Okay, so we've got KAH Masters on deck.
Nice.
Hey, hit that like button while you're at it, man. We're not even at 100 yet. Let's go.
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub, it's your boy KAH. Calling once again. I've been checking out the spring sale. Got a couple good games. Just picked up Cuphead, Played the tutorial, beat it within around a minute, maybe 50 seconds. Not that hard. Anyway, guys, big shout out to Rare. Have a good, start with that game. I know have some problems, but they're gonna get better. And I like it is just fun. Should it be fun plus more? Hopefully it'll get there. We'll see. One quick question, a little inside baseball for the Xbox community. How you feel now that Terry Morrison is out and not over Xbox anymore? Well, at least over their money anymore. And so it is a good thing for Xbox. I know you Crap have said some things about him and heard some things about him that he was a super Xbox, pro Xbox. So how you feel about this move and then his replacement? All right, well, that's all my time, guys. I'll let y'all later.
What do you think, Crap, about Terry no longer there?
He's the Windows guy. He was the one that tied everything to Windows.
Right.
He was the one, apparently, he was a big Avatar guy. He's the one that likes like the avatars and Avatar games and that kind of stuff. He was the one that was controlling the budget for Xbox, kind of tying Phil's hands with what could be done. So I'm hoping now with him out and Phil promoted that we get to see some of the stuff of what Xbox and that team is capable of, both in games and in the hardware as well. So that's what I'm hopeful for.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with you on that. I didn't know. I mean, I remember talking to you and Tim and a bunch of others, and they were saying what the negative was with Tim there, or not Tim, but with Terry Myerson there.
Yeah.
So I heard through the grapevine, but here's the thing. Now that he's gone, I'm actually really interested to see if we see a difference. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be so much of a difference because I think it's really coming from the top, Crap. He may have held a couple of things back, or maybe instituted a few. But I think a lot of this is coming right from Satya.
Well, here's the thing: the Windows stuff, that's a dying platform.
Right.
Like Xbox ties way more into, I think, Azure and some of the stuff that they're doing than Windows. So
the whole thing's Win 10, isn't it?
I mean, I guess. I mean, if you, it's hard saying. You know, for me, I still think that if you want the Netflix of gaming, right, with Game Pass, you got to have content.
Right.
I mean, at some point you got to spend money.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, like that's just the way it is. You've got to spend money to make money. Yeah. Microsoft needs to show the gamer, show me the games. You know, like they
really do. I mean, I'm really interested in this. You know, I'm not making more of it than it is. I've never said that on any of the shows. I don't think it's make or break E3 moment for Phil, because
some people are going to be dramatic. Oh man, that was bad. I'm leaving Xbox. You know, but here's the thing: most Xbox fans are Xbox fans for multiple reasons. One, you know, their friends are there, or their achievement systems, or the better controller, or the better online. Right now, we've got the best hardware, so all the multiplats are best. Like, why would you do that over a couple PlayStation games? Do what I'm going to do, or you're going to do. We're going to play Spider-Man and God of War on PS4, and then we're going to be back on the X.
Yes.
Because everything looks and plays best.
And I think next gen, I don't know. Again, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I really think Microsoft will do the best that they can to put a little bit more power in the box. I don't think they ever want to be cut short again in that.
Probably right.
That burned them way beyond belief.
Yep.
We do have a call, though.
M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hi, this is Sean, calling from UK, first time caller. I've been in Mooch Crap, Jay. Hope you're having a good evening, or well, afternoon there. My question is, a lot of talks going around, you know, the next generation, the PlayStation 5, a lot of people are saying it's 2019. What makes more sense, well, to me anyway, 2020 makes the most sense, because PS4 is just, you know, is dominating the console space at the moment and that. But the thing is, we know the power is going to be similar this time. If PlayStation and Xbox do launch at 2020, we know the power is going to be, they're going to be like 4K 60. So my question is, what do you think of like a console that can do like maybe 6K 30? And we know a developer has said with this game Titanfall that at times the game hits 6K so, you know, at points. So I just want to see what you think of something like 6K 30, or just want you to know what do you reckon of that. Thanks again. Bye.
Well, let me answer this crap, because I know originally you hear 6K 30 and you think, wait, where's he coming up with this? That's not. There's an interesting point to what he's saying. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but just hear me out. So if Microsoft or Sony really do want to get a leg up over the next 2-3 years after the next generation launches, no, not for us console gamers that are like all on the couch playing with our new 4K TVs. There's no 6K in the future. There's nothing coming in the near future. But if Microsoft and Sony are really trying to say that these things are basically PCs, there may be 6K monitors that are coming out and all of this other stuff. And if one of the companies, Sony or Microsoft, does have the capability of bringing it to another elevation, we won't use it, crap. We won't. But if your box is capable of doing it, that is an interesting thing to make it that 3-year future proof. And I don't think it would cost much more money. You see where I'm going? The amount of power that's going to be in the next generation could probably do like, and again, the 6K, you're not going to see that in Best Buy. There's not going to be a 6K TV. I think it's going to go from 4 to 8, and 8's years away.
Yeah, but there's not going to be a 6K TV.
But there may be a 6K monitor.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. That's something for maybe Hellhammer to answer. But
Shy Guy asks, do you guys think Xbox One would be in a better position if it launched with Game Pass having exclusives day and date?
Wait, he's asking if Game Pass is included with your purchase for a year?
He says, do you think Xbox One would be in a better position if it launched with Game Pass having exclusives day and date? Well, right from the beginning, maybe. But like Game Pass launched last year when they had like the worst exclusive year ever. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know either. I do think what you said, crap, was very compelling. If they can make that happen. If you're telling me the Xbox 2 is going to launch with Gears 5, Fable 4, Forza 8, and then all of those other things, all those other deals they've locked down, possibly with Sega and Capcom on their older games, to all be in Game Pass on day one, that's very compelling. That's a very, very good case that you go out there and you buy, and maybe they do give that away for a month of. Well, you're going to get a month of Game Pass in the box anyways. They're doing that right now.
Yeah.
So you're going to get to play all those games the minute you get home.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's the sales pitch.
Yeah, imagine that you can that you're going to be able to pick that up, and we wouldn't have to spend all that money for. Because when I bought my Xbox One originally, the launch one, $500 plus Dead Rising 3. I bought Killer Instinct. I bought Rise, Forza Motorsport 5, Zoo Tycoon, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty. Right? Like, yeah.
Right.
Imagine I would only had to bought a couple of the third-party ones. You know,
right.
And I think that's what's going to be very enticing for people.
Right. Shout out to what's his name here? Good boy Mark 5. He goes, "Why do you guys keep referring to an Xbox 2? It sounds terrible." It's definitely not going to be Xbox 2.
It's not going to be an Xbox 2.
We just say that because we have no idea what they're going to name it. I mean, it could be anything from Xbox Infinite to Xbox, the next Xbox. Or I still think, much like Apple did with the iPads, is they stopped naming them, numbering them. They just call it iPad. You know,
the Xbox One F.
Yeah, I mean, right? The F. So I don't know. Myself personally, I don't know what they're gonna name it. Crap, but the name is crucial. I will say this much: the name is freaking crucial.
Hey,
proof it up.
What do you think about this Spyro the Dragon coming to Xbox? Huh? There was rumors. Kotaku ended up being wrong, right? Because remember they said, okay, well, Crash Bandicoot is going to come to Switch and PC. We don't see it listed for Xbox. And then they also go, Spyro is going to be PlayStation exclusive for a year. And both those things turned out to be wrong.
Right. Yeah.
That's
I'm as excited for Spyro as I am about talking about global warming for 2 hours on a podcast. Who cares?
I hear you, man. I like those games because I played them when I was younger, so I'll pick. I mean, $40 for 3 games. Come on.
Oh no, value's there. Just man, that nostalgia.
Hashtag value.
Hey now.
M&C Mornings, what's up?
Come on down.
How you doing?
Hey Mooch, hey Crap. I hope your day is going good. I have one question. Do you ever think they're gonna make all original Xbox games Xbox One X enhanced? That's all I have to ask, and y'all have a good day.
Wait, so he's saying will all games become enhanced that are, in the library currently?
I think that's what he's asking, but I don't think every game will be.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be it's hard saying. Like, they're going to try to get as many as they can, but I don't think
I would say so.
All be all of them because they don't mandate it. No. So like, that the team Iron Galaxy, who's behind Killer Instinct, right? They're making this new game called Extinction.
Yes.
Right, with the giants or whatever.
Yeah.
That game isn't enhanced on PS4 or Xbox One.
No, they're not.
Yeah. So and that they said they just decided to go for pretty much a solid version across both of them. So
yeah. No, I think that it's important to see that they're continuing what they said. They're doing the same thing with back and pack crap. I mean, listen, I said this when Back and Pat was first announced, and everybody was like, "Oh, come on, Mooch." We are in the generation of options, so I'm glad everybody's enjoying it. I think you should. If you own a 360 game, why shouldn't you be able to pop it into the Xbox One and play it? I'm all for that. As much as I'm for it, I don't use it. I really don't.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like we say it all the time. Like, crap. Why don't you come play this game? And you're like, dude, even though the one I'm asking you to play is new, you're like, I have to play a newer game. You know what I mean? There's so much stuff coming out, and it's even held me back on the recent sales. The spring sale, they've got a summer sale. I don't go as hog wild as you do on some of them because I don't see when in God's green earth I'm ever going to get. And now with the x86 architecture crap, we're not going to have that much dead time anymore.
Yeah.
We've got games coming out January, February, March, April, May. Okay, yes, June and July are slow, but then it starts in August all the way to Christmas. And then you've got never-ending generations now. We're not going to have a gap again.
Yeah.
So
hey, I mean, you could be right, and I think the funny thing is that I have a big backlog as well.
You do,
I do, and then like you see that Resident Evil 7's running 4K 60.
I hope you started that.
Well, I'm about to start it. Like I started it up, but I haven't really gotten into it yet.
Good.
So yeah, it's but because you like when you hear about these games that I bought in anticipation of the X,
right,
and getting that X treatment, like I've heard that Doom looks insane. On the
Doom does look insane.
Yeah,
I played it in 4K,
and it looked great on how it was before. So I can only imagine what it's going to look like now. So I mean, I'm very excited.
Stellar.
Like, yeah, the backlog is real. You've got games coming out all the time. I haven't even had time for PUBG, and I've already put like over 100 hours in that.
Right.
So it's like, and then I was tied up in Sea of Thieves, and like, there's so many games that are coming out. There's going to be Call of Duty, Black Ops 4. There's going to be a Forza Horizon, Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2 looks really good. God of War, I've got that pre-ordered. Spider-Man, I know you're a big Spider-Man fan. I know that, Mooch.
Yeah, huge.
Yes.
I mean, myself, look at the game. I've said this on multiple shows over the past week. I'm excited for it, and the fact that I think it's a very good game, and I'm a huge I'm more of an Insomniac fan than a Spider-Man fan. So I'm more excited to play the next iteration in the Insomniac family of games. I think they do great work. I think Ted Price's, him and his team are extremely talented. But yeah, as far as just, the game itself, I that's one of those games I'll probably play for 8 to 10 hours, and then I'll be like, I'll get to the rest of it when I get to the rest of it.
Yeah, I hear you for sure.
Yeah.
M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hey now.
Hey guys, this is Xbox One 4K from Anaheim, California. Just wanted to ask you, I know there's going to be some kind of backwards compatibility announcement on Inside Xbox later I think next week. So anyway, what I was hoping, I mean, if they put a few regular Xbox games, that'd be cool. But I mean, wouldn't it be even better if all of a sudden they say, guys, we were test driving this 4K for a few games for the 360, but now all of them are going to be 4K. I think that would be an awesome announcement. But I mean, I don't know. What are you guys looking forward for that? And let me know. All right. Take care. Bye.
I don't know if they're gonna have them all 4K or anything like that, but I do think that what I would like to see more than even that would be them to implement an achievement system into the original Xbox games,
right?
Like some kind of software deal. Like they've have some patents for that. There's rumors going around that could happen. I think that'd be cool. You beat an old original Xbox game, you get 400 gamer score, 500 gamer score, whatever. You don't have to tie it exactly like they do the ones on 360 or Xbox One, but just like an emulation, you play it, you beat it or whatever, and you get in a set amount. Like, I think that would be cool and give extra value to those games. I don't know. What do you think?
As far as getting the achievements back in the OG Xbox games, I watched your video, Crap. If it's going to be like, hey, you played 2 hours, here's 100. I mean, you guys know I'm not an achievement person to begin with. I think it's something that is imperative to have, because I do feel the lack of it when I play. You pick up the Switch and you play, and there's no achievement or trophy. There's nothing. You do want something for completion. As far as getting those, I mean, Crap, we just said this. You've got such a backlog. Are you really going to go back and play an OG Xbox game?
I would have more incentive to go back and play one.
Maybe more incentive, but I'll follow it up with not enough incentive.
Well, it depends on what it is. Like I played through KOTOR when it came out with none.
You played through the entire game?
I played through the entire thing.
When it was back compat?
Yes.
God bless you.
And I'm not the only one. Like, people were like, "Oh man, thanks for recommending this game. It's amazing."
Oh yeah, no, I saw that, but it was like 8 people. I don't know who. Right? I just don't get it. I don't know who's doing that.
I just don't think it doesn't hurt, in my opinion.
No, it's Crap. We are in the generation of options. Of course, it doesn't hurt,
except for the option to turn off crossplay with Sea of Thieves.
No, that's an option that only works. So we want to not put that option in. Thank you, Mike.
Did you see that game Below is finally getting? Looks like that's going to be.
That's the game I'm all about. You want to talk about an indie game that I can't wait? I've always liked what Cappy Games did. I liked their first one there. What was it? Their Super. I always forget the name of it, but it was one where you could duplicate yourself multiple times. Got really confusing. Super Time Force. I know Crap wasn't a big fan. I got pretty far in it, and then it got to a point where there was 7,500 me's on screen, and I didn't know which me I was controlling. And I said, okay, at this point, I've got to step off. So I am excited for Below, though. Below looks like it's got a Zelda / Dark Souls kind of feel to it, a top-down kind of RPG.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
It really is, Mooch. This is true. Hey, Matty Beast in the chat. I haven't seen Matty Beast.
Oh, yeah, we haven't seen him in a long time.
Wow. So I don't know. What's your take on Below? I mean, it's 5 years too
like
late.
Zelda,
but, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, like the original Zelda. So I think that's very appealing with like updated graphics and things like that. I think it's cool. Isn't it weird that some of these games that like this wasn't this game announced in 2013?
Yes, it was announced. If it wasn't 13, it was 14. It was right after Super Time Force.
Yeah, and we're in 2018 now. Like that, something doesn't add up there. I don't know.
No, I mean, listen, these guys are really, and I know everyone likes to say this, but like I said, I've actually looked into a lot of these really smaller devs and how they operate. They have all kinds of things that they fall back on. You lose somebody, you lose an art director, you lose a this or that, a head programmer, and shit can kind of. To be honest with you, if people are enjoying it right now at PAX, and I hear they are. If they're enjoying it, crap, then we're just lucky we're getting the damn thing at all. Because this thing, I think, ran into a major speed bump. We'll find out what it was later on.
Some people thought it was canceled or whatever, but now it looks like people are playing it in 4K 60 on the Xbox One X. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, people are like, well, that's just a little indie or whatever. But look, there's been a handful, and I'm not a big indie guy, but there's a handful that are really good. So, I think out of all the ones that we've gotten, there's probably maybe 10. that I really like, and think of all the hundreds of indies that we've gotten, and I'm thinking there's 10 that have been good.
I'm right there with you. I personally have really been looking forward to Below. I like that I don't know. I'm there. You got to be careful when you use the word exclusive too. I think is it timed? Who knows?
I think that this is one that's published by Microsoft.
Oh, it is published? Okay.
I believe so, but who knows?
Who knows?
It's all a big boondoggle because people like to use wording.
They love wording.
Yeah, Microsoft is really keen on getting those indie exclusives. So.
It's true. We should go back to a voicemail, Jay.
We should.
We have a few more. We have quite a few more.
What do we got going on, Jay?
Hey now. Oh, Jay may be taking a call.
He might be taking a call. Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
See, we know the show so well now, crap. That before we were like, "Where's Jay? What's happening?" We're like, "Oh, Jay!"
Yes.
Right? We haven't had a Scott reference in a long time.
M&C Mornings.
Hey, what's up, Mooch? Crap, J Dubs. It's CV Killer 617 from Xbox over here. Quick question. I was reading in about Cyberpunk 2077 that might be Microsoft marketed. And I was wondering, what kind of game do you think it will be? A role-playing game, like first-person shooter, third-person shooter, or is it going to be a button-pressing type of game? And are you looking forward to it? You guys have a good morning. Thanks.
Well, it's from the CD Projekt Red.
Oh, sorry. I just thought that was just mandatory, but no, go ahead, crap.
It's from CD Projekt Red, so it's it's an RPG, like a steampunk or a futuristic RPG or whatever, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be massive, crap. This is
supposed to be bigger than
bigger
The
Witcher.
Yeah, which I never even got around to finishing that.
Look, I will only praise The Witcher, and I don't even think I'm halfway through it.
Witcher you're 3. Like, I signed a lifetime contract with The Witcher.
It's a lifetime agreement. I actually wear a Witcher hoodie every time I leave the house. It's just it's a deal we had to cut. No, but my whole thing about it is that Cyberpunk, if it is what I think it is, I think that's more my cup of tea. I like that world. It looks like Blade Runner. You know what I mean? It's like that. Like just that alternate future universe, right? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, crap. That's the images I'm seeing. That's the way it looks. And I kind of dig that. That's the world that, like, almost like the way the world was depicted in Total Recall or The Running Man back in those 80s, 90s movies. Yeah. That alternate future. And as we have another caller, hey now.
Hey, yeah, we got phone lines ringing. Everybody's hitting that like button like they should. M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hi, Mooch. Hi, Crap. Hey, Jay.
John.
Listen.
Hey, John Thomas.
Spyro and Crash getting listeners. You think we'll get classic Tomb Raider from the PlayStation 1 remaster? And what do you think about a Castlevania remastered collection? Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, John Thomas, the gamer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
You know what? I'm not sure Konami's doing much these days, to be honest with you.
Right.
So, I doubt we get any Castlevania stuff. As for Tomb Raider, didn't they remake the first Tomb Raider already last gen?
I don't know if they remade it or they didn't. I don't know.
I think they remade it. I'll have to look that up. Tomb Raider 1 remake. It's they made it. Tomb Raider Anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, John. So now, as far as getting back to the, I've always said this, like, you get into a roundtable discussion with developers, and if you have somebody who says we want to bring Rise back, I would have loved to have seen Rise kind of come back with a Castlevania feel to it. Get a whip on the side of Marcus so that he can actually like bring like some the living dead up from the ground. Make it change the narrative of it a little bit, or forget Rise altogether, but use that kind of era and time and do something with Castlevania. Was such a good game, crap, growing up. Like it really was one of my top 3 as a kid. I played all of them a million times.
I remembered, Castlevania 1. I didn't like Simon's Quest as much, but Castlevania 3, and then I think there was one on the Super Nintendo that was really good, where you could control.
That was Super Castlevania.
Yeah, where you could control the angle of the whip.
Yes,
like that
it was like Castlevania 4. It was their 4th iteration. It was on Super SNES.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just wish that they would do something like that. I don't think you'll see a remaster or anything like that, but Nintendo could do something. You never know. Switch hasn't really tapped into a lot of their old stuff. They could still redo why they don't have a Castlevania out. They haven't had a Castlevania out in forever. I know
they've had some good ones on the 360.
Yes.
And I never even got around to playing those. I heard that. I hope they make them backwards compatible. Yes, no, they were Castlevania Lords of Shadow 1 and 2. I think. Yeah. If they ever made those backwards compatible, I'd probably play through, because the second one came out right around the time as the Xbox One and PS4. So unfortunately, those type of games, they weren't really bought, because people were more excited for the current gen stuff.
Right.
They wanted that next gen stuff. Like some games suffered, like the Splinter Cell, Blacklist, and Batman Origins, Arkham Origins. So
no, it'll be interesting to see. I do think that they should do that, but we'll find out. And as somebody was just asking, Hellblade comes out on, I believe, April 11th on Xbox One.
Yeah, so this week,
Wednesday, I believe.
Yes, it's gonna be pretty sweet. You know what's not sweet?
What's that?
I heard they put some vending machines in a game.
Oh, hey now, Fortnite, buddy. I really think yes.
Fortnite.
Listen, I can't wait to get out there and use some vending machines. It's great. Crap, I'm telling you, that game is. You've always promoted #fun over this generation. Yeah. And that game, nice strobe light, Jay. I didn't even know you had that.
I was looking at the strobe light. I was like, holy crap.
But realistically, right? Somebody's going to have a seizure from that. No, but realistically, I think that the game is #fun. I really wish you'd give it a shot. We should even stream it a night just to goof off. You know what we'll do? We'll get Space Cat to join the stream.
Space Cat.
Space Cat is he's a battle royale like extraordinaire. I don't know where this guy came from, but he's got quick thumb.
That guy's good at like every game.
He is. He's good. He's a very good gamer, but I mean, he really excels at the battle royale. He's that guy. When you're playing PUBG and you're the last 5, and there's that guy that somehow can hide really, really great behind a weed. That's Space Cat. Space Cat can actually, he can just he can completely camouflage behind a tree trunk.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
He's super good at those games, man. Like every game. Apparently, he's just super good at every game. So I know, because like when I'm gaming with Grave, he's like, hey, let's hop on some PUBG. Wonder what Space Cat's doing.
Yeah. I can't even play PUBG or Fortnite without wondering where the hell Space Cat is.
Yeah, where's Space Cat?
Yeah, we got to get Space Cat to play late evenings, Space Cat.
Absolutely. J-Dubs, who do we got on deck?
Without the oops.
Yeah, we've got Mass Murder.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey J-Dub, it's your boy Mass Murder here again. Just wondering, what do you guys think about Microsoft's new original backwards compatible announcement? Do you think they're going with all backwards compatible games on the original, or just some? And what do you guys think about E3? Is Splinter Cell going to be announced or not? Alright, you guys. Till next time, remember to rack up that gamer score. Ticka 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 boom.
Chicka boom. Yeah, I don't know. I think Crap. Let me let you answer the Splinter Cell rumors. What do you think?
Well, I mean, they did that little tease or whatever for Ghost Recon, right?
Right.
So he's in that. And apparently he sounds like he's Michael Ironside, to be honest with you.
I would say so. I thought we'd talked to Rand. A bunch of people had said that he's been doing it.
So I think that's pretty cool. And then it looks like we might get some kind, that 2018 Splinter Cell leak kind of happened or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and say that it's probably likely that we get some kind of Splinter Cell announcement.
Do you think it's releasing this year?
I would assume. Look, I don't know if we're going to get a new Splinter Cell this year. It could be like a remake of the first one or something. I don't know. Maybe like a total remake and he redid some line. I don't know. So
Splinter Cell VR.
Man, I don't know. I don't know about that, Jay. That doesn't sound too appealing to me, Jay. Sorry.
No. But I got to be honest with you. Yeah, please, God. I like the idea of Splinter Cell coming back. I never really got into the early ones, so I want to kind of take the new one coming out and jump in head first. I think it'll be fun to play, and I don't know. I want to get into the series. Then if I like it, I'll work my way backwards.
Yeah, it's like I always looked at Splinter Cell as the reverse or kind of similar to Metal Gear, but with a more coherent story.
Yeah.
So I think that would be pretty damn fun in my opinion. So I look forward to that. The fact that they're bringing Splinter Cell back at all in any form is impressive, but it definitely shows that they're listening to their fans because everybody's asking about it. And I think I would love to see a new one come back as well. So I know I'm not the only one. Come on.
No, you're definitely not the only one. That's a big fan favorite. Crap. No,
there's a lot of people that are into Splinter Cell. So
I think we answered the caller's question about the OG Xbox stuff already. What was it? Somebody here was asking about in the chat. I thought, this kind of news broke. Didn't something break about Lawbreakers where now nobody's working on it and it's basically
Cliffy B said that they're done with Lawbreakers. They're moving on to their next project. I thought that was pretty.
Is there still rumors he's doing something with Xbox?
That is a rumor. Who knows? They are an independent studio. Cliffy B has ties to Xbox. Maybe he's sorry for kind of what happened in the past. I don't know. But it seems like not having your game on Xbox really kind of came back to haunt him a bit. Yeah. Plus, just kind of having a lackluster game, I suppose. So
right. Yeah. No, I think that's. I mean, look at the way everything is right now. Everybody loves to put people on a pedestal just to tear them down, and then vice versa. When they're down, they love a comeback. So I think if Cliffy B did come out and made a stellar game, and he did put it on the Xbox, I think you get a lot of Cliffy B fans from the Gears days to kind of support him. I still think he'd get supported.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I'm just curious. I'd be very curious to see if we see Cliffy on stage with Phil.
I think that would be awesome.
I do too. I really do. We all know the way he is, this, that, and the other thing. But I think if he sees that, you just can't have one great thing and then think that everything's just going to roll off of your accolades in the past. You've got to continue to put out a great product every day, all the time. I think he sees that now, and I think he knows that PR is a big part of gaming.
Yes, so, that's a huge part of gaming.
Yeah, it is. It is. So that's my take on that. But we have another voicemail, Jay. We could.
Sure, we've got Timotheus. He goes by Tim, but
that's easier.
His name comes in Timotheus, but yeah, it's Tim.
Nice, Tim.
All right,
bring on Tim.
Hello, Mooch and Crab and J-Dub. This is Tim. Just calling real quick, a quick question. Do you think, when people talk about the game would be compared, let's say Far Cry 5, and it's 4K, and it's not on the Pro, then they're like, oh, well, it's still not worth $100 just for a little bit extra. But they always say that, comparing it to just that one game. I feel like the $100, you're not thinking $100 for everything, every game. So, why don't they say, yeah, it is worth $100 more for literally everything that I'm playing? It's worth the investment. And also, I don't know how to ask this question. Do you think developers are looking at, let's say, like tracking achievements? Because I've been noticing when I play games, especially these quote-unquote single-player games, and I get these achievements, the percentage that people unlock these achievements, which are just simply by playing a game, are so low. It's like, who's even really playing these? Or are they just satisfied with the sales? Yeah, we sold so many, and we're good on that. Are they looking at, like Microsoft always says, engagement, or yeah, we sold 2 million, but only like 100,000 actually even beat the game. The rest of them are just played, 2 hours of it and put it down. Because a lot of these games I'm playing, like the percentages are at like the 1%, 0.8%, like just regular achievements of playing the game. So I'm thinking, my goodness, did anybody play it? So just let me know what you think of that. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Well, if you're playing Sea of Thieves, those achievements don't pop. So
yeah,
zing, like 0% or 1% went to the voyage or whatever. You know, it's like
it's so bad. I don't know why they don't have the achievements on. It's and we did so much gameplay crap, especially first week.
We did the 20 plus. We got the 20 chests.
Right.
And still haven't got that achievement. Like,
well, I had a mini heart attack. We should talk about that. Yeah. Remember yesterday I wrote you? I'm like, crap. You know about this bug that's going on? You're like, what are you talking about? I had over 70,000. I had over 70,000 gold coins. I turned on Sea of Thieves and had 0.
You're like, I got none.
I got like, none. And you go, when you came back with UHHH ... That was not the answer I was looking for. I was looking for like, everything's going to be all right, like that Seinfeld episode. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine, Mooch. It's just a bug. You'll be okay. That was like the I don't know what it is on George's lip. That was great.
Yeah. I had no idea. I'd never heard of that, so I know it didn't sound good.
Well, I got it back. Anybody? So I closed out the game, restarted it, and the coin all came back. So everything's okay.
Exactly. M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hey, Mooch and Crap, J-Dubs, thanks for the pony prize. It's good to win something finally. And all I want to say is I'm enjoying the hell out of Sea of Thieves. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Yeah, it needs some content, but I didn't think I'd like it. But since I got it through Game Pass, like everything else, I'll give it a try. Like I did Super Lucky's Tale and every other corny stuff on there. I ended up kind of enjoying it. And I kept Sea of Thieves installed, and probably 2 or 3 times a week, I'll get on there, and me and some friends will play it, and I can't stop playing it. I get mad at my friend at work and tell him that I'm mad at him for making me even take interest in this game, because now I can't put it down, and I'm excited for the future of this game and what they're going to do with the updates, and I know they're going to keep supporting it. But, yeah, I'm a Sea of Thieves lover, and I never thought I would be. Once again, thanks for the pony prize, and keep up the good work, guys. Bye.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, it's a good game.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it needs, crap. We talked about this for 4 months. I mean, I am a little surprised. I mean, they needed, when I say content, I don't mean even more than what we got, but how about just like, because like now I'm playing with clowns on a couple, we'll go out and he'll go, oh, this riddle, follow me. I know where that is. You know what I mean? Like we're already like at a point where we've solved all the puzzles. So, and then you have the cheating in there, which takes away from the ship battles.
Yeah, that does, because you're not sure. Like I said, I was on the ship and there's people that boarded my ship and they're just dancing, and you're just like hitting them and they're just dancing.
Right.
I mean, there's a problem there.
There's a problem.
So, yeah, you know, I want them to fix it because I like the game. But people always like think the worst. Like if you're not on that game all the time that you like, oh man, they must be done with it, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't understand.
Like, oh, you're not on this. Like, I have a ton of games to play through. You know, like I put 70 hours into that game already. I want them to fix it up. I'm waiting for for that
game. That game there, Sea of Thieves, doesn't actually put hours logged on. They have something weird, like it's what is it? Your meters sailed or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, like you go on, and I don't even know. I have no idea what this. But I mean, I have like 370,000 meters sailed. I don't know if that's good or bad. What the hell does that mean? I mean, 370,000 meters sailed. I don't know. I mean, it says I'm ranked 11 of 112 of close friends. I don't know. What is yours at, Crap? What are you at on that? Can you see on your app?
I don't have it right in front of me.
Oh, so. I'm just curious. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I know somebody that's been playing the crap out of it, and they've got a ton of merchandise in the game, and they're at like 400 and something thousand meters. I can't be that far behind. I've put a lot of time into the damn thing.
Yeah, you play a lot. I mean, that's,
yeah, you see. I mean, I'm on it quite a bit. Family, friends, yourself. Clowns is always on. The minute Clown sees me on, he usually sends me an invite. Says, "Dude, let's rock this out." Hey, listen, it's a great game. It's a great game to play where you have a couple. It's late night. You have a couple drinks. You're hanging out with buddies. You can talk. You can chill. I think it's got its splash of action and adventure built into it. But they do need to fix it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Fix it. Get that thing running right. You know what I mean? Like get the achievements working, get the content flowing for the people that want the more content, and get the crossplay. Give us
Out
an
of
option
there.
for that.
Get it out. Either get it out of there or put the option up.
Yes,
I don't know if you guys noticed that, but we played the pony during Tim's voicemail, and that was Tim that actually called in the win.
Oh wow, nice. There you go. Yeah, that usually never happens.
Yeah,
very
like
rare. Because it was funny when he called. I said, "Did you see the pony prize, or did you?" He said it was just random. He said he called. He didn't realize his voicemail was being played. And
it had to have been random. You know why, Jay? So many people in the chat were like, "Pony, pony." No, when they seen it, so it was definitely random.
Exactly.
Very cool. Congratulations, Tim.
Yes, congratulations. Oh, did you hear about the rumor for the Xbox marketing that they might announce at E3?
Yes. Well, I'm a Borderlands junkie, so the fact that they're getting Borderlands 3, if it means we can even get any extra content, that would be amazing. But just good to see that.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because they're not really that outlandish. Like, honestly, it's like Battlefield. We know that they go with Battlefield because Sony has Call of Duty. Cyberpunk makes sense because they also had Witcher. Anthem, we already know that one. Splinter Cell traditionally does Xbox marketing.
That's right.
So it all makes a lot of sense.
Here's the thing. Do you think Cyberpunk, because of the success of Witcher 3, Cyberpunk will be even bigger as far as like media coverage, etc.?
Yeah.
That's of all the ones you named that they're going to get, Cyberpunk is the one with the potential to have the highest ceiling. You know what I mean? For exposure.
Although that's the one that at the same time they're not going to get any content like extra or anything for that. No pre-order, no nothing.
Of course not.
Because CD Projekt Red doesn't really do that.
No, they don't. Neither does Phil. So
yeah. So well, no, I mean there could be. Well, yeah, I guess probably not pre-order stuff. Although it's weird because Sea of Thieves had pre-order bonuses and so did Gears and stuff. So I mean they could do pre-order bonuses.
Pre-order bonuses, yes, absolutely. But I meant like console exclusive for a year, a mission or a this or a that.
Oh, yeah,
an outfit.
Phil definitely needs to step his game up there. Like he said, he's new. You know, he's still learning. So I feel like he should be able to adapt to that stuff because if you're not playing you got to play by Sony's rules when they're winning by so much. So you got to go out there and do it because if you're not locking down content, they are, and it's just keeping content off your console and away from your gamers.
Right.
So,
Right. No, I totally agree with that.
J-Dubs, who's on deck?
J-Dubby.
So we've got our last caller, who is an old friend, Xbox Trigger.
Oh,
Trigger.
Nice.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey Jay, it's Xbox Trigger from Twitter. And my question today is, why do you think Xbox people always jump ship during the springtime? This happens every year. I'm still on my Xbox, there's no games, blah 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 blah. I can't do this Microsoft that. Now this year, what happened, big Xbox YouTubers saying that they're leaving ship and all that stuff. Why though? You have a PS4, right? Play the exclusives there, and then play the multipliers on the Xbox One X, and you get a better experience. Best of both worlds. That's why you have two consoles. I don't understand why you need to leave one console for another when you can have both and enjoy all of everything you need. I don't understand these. I don't understand people anymore. I don't know what happened to the Xbox community, but they're all flip floppers. There's no real base, and I think by let's say next gen, if the Xbox is in the PS4 position, it's still gonna be the same way. There's gonna be people saying, "I'm leaving the PlayStation, blah blah blah, the Xbox, blah blah." It's gonna be the same way. I don't know what happened in gaming these days, but it got worse in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Thank you. Bye.
I don't know. I mean, it's what do you think, Crap?
I think that God of War and Spider-Man are big name games, and I mentioned that on Crossfire. Those are like the equivalent of saying Gears and Halo are launching in the same year.
Right.
Right. Like if Microsoft was launching a Gears and a Halo in the same year, and Sony's launching NAC 2 and Gran Turismo Sport, like you would maybe see PlayStation dudes go, "Hey, like what's the deal?" But for us, I feel like we have really good games. Like they've really picked it up from the end of last year to this year. I think they've actually got some good stuff coming, and I'm interested to see what happens at E3. I mean, like, what do you guys think? What do you think about their E3? Like, what is it, make or break for you as well?
No, it's not. It's not make or break, but it's definitely all eyes on them. I mean, these guys got to they've got to come out and show games. I don't care if they come out next year or the year after, because here's the thing, Crap. You just said it yourself. You've got God of War, you've got Spider-Man coming out, and then you've got next year. You've probably got The Last of Us. You know, I mean, I don't know, like that alone just gets 2019 hyped up for even me. You know, I mean, that's a game I've been anticipating for a long time. So just to say, you know, and Days Gone is still yet to come. I understand that may not be your cup of tea, but nonetheless, it's still got a lot of money being poured into it. So they have to show. Phil's got to stop this nonsense. Show what he's got. Show your cards, and talk up your machine and services as best as possible, and hope that Sony doesn't do some sort of a surprise attack and mention anything next gen. You know, I don't think they're going to. I really don't.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so either. I don't know. Like, Microsoft is a little bit weird with how they do things. I'm hoping they really blow us away with some stuff. Like when I mentioned, hey, we're going to get another Gears or another Halo or whatever. There's other stuff as well. You know, like there's other stuff coming. We just don't. That's harder to predict what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, it's as far as I could tell, anyway.
Okay. No, I'm with you. I'm totally. But Jay, what do you think? If you're not taking a call, if you got a second, what's your take on this whole thing as a gamer? You're on Xbox every day. You see things. Do you think that this E3 is something that's dire straits as far as keeping you in line with Xbox, or you're okay with things?
I've never swayed from Xbox, so no, not in my eyes. You know, like I had this conversation with somebody not too long ago, kind of regarding the same thing about what the last caller was talking about Xbox Trigger about. You know, if you want if you want to play all the games, then buy all the systems. I personally am an Xbox guy, and I always have been an Xbox guy. I've never owned a Sony console, so and it's not that I have anything against Sony. It's just I don't. Well, I kind of do now. You know, it's the toxic community that kind of turned me off, that made me never want to buy a PlayStation. But because I've never owned one, I've never had an appreciation for what they had to offer. Therefore, when they announce all these new games, I'm like, whatever. Like, they're all nice and they're all cool, but I'm never buying them. So what do I care? And if I wanted to play them, I would just go buy a system. But I've chosen to stay in my lane because of, many reasons, financial reasons. Plus, you know, I'm an adult, and it's hard for me to convince my wife that I need to spend another $500 on a gaming console that's going to sit under my television. She already sees that I've got over 300 games on my Xbox. If I was to say I'm going to go buy a PlayStation, she would say, "Why do you need a PlayStation? You've got all these games." So, and I think that's also harder for adults to justify it. You know, when it comes to the younger audience, some younger audience may have less responsibilities, maybe a little more disposable income in that area, so that they can go and do that. But I've got responsibilities. Like, my washing machine just died. There's $1,200 I got to fork over.
That's right.
If I was to buy a PlayStation or even a Switch, my wife would be going, What the hell are you doing? We have to buy a washing machine. You know, these are adult problems that I have to deal with. So, you know, and I spend enough.
Well,
money
I mean,
on games.
it's like it's funny because I say this a lot too. Like, I remember last gen, I was mostly 360, but I played a lot of the time on PS3 because we would play, like, I had a gaming clan and stuff, so we would play some of the Call of Duties and stuff on that as well. This gen, literally, there's no time for other systems almost for me.
Right.
You know?
Well, the thing is this. Listen, I'll put it in very, very easy layman's terms. So I was on this morning just playing a little bit of the Nathan Drake collection. I like Sundays are like easy, like Sunday morning. You know what I mean? So it's nice. But I'll have my PlayStation on sometimes, and I'll just look. And there's never there's one or two people on my friends list that are just always on. Even if they're not playing, they're on home. But see, on Xbox, the minute I turn Xbox on, I got like 100 people they're not always just hardcore gaming, but they're around. They're on home, they're on TV, they're watching Netflix, they're on YouTube, they're playing a game. And what's nice about that is the community's all there. You know what I mean? And like I can reach out and send them a message, and I get an answer right back because they're in front of their TV. And that's just something that I've always liked with the Xbox universe, where like I said, I had my PlayStation on for 2.5 hours this morning. No messages come through. Nobody's really on. There's like 3 people on. A lot more people are private on PlayStation. Even the hardcore PlayStation guys, they just want to play their games. You know, they don't show themselves online. It's a very, I used to joke, say the Lonely Station 4. It's a place where people go, they turn their game console on, they play their game, and they leave. That's the majority. I'm not saying everybody. That's the majority. Where Xbox, it's not like that. You come home, you kick on your Xbox, and all of a sudden this community arises. You know what I mean? And it's like sometimes you just put your headset on and you're just talking to people. Sometimes you're gaming together. Sometimes you're watching a movie together. There's a bunch of the community's much more open to discussion, and the word community comes into play. Where on PlayStation, I feel like it's like people come home, they turn on their PlayStation, they play their game, they shut off their PlayStation. And even hardcore PlayStation fans have told me that. So I go, how come I never see you on? They're like, literally, dude, I turn it on, I play my 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I shut it off. Like, I'm like, do you leave it on standby? They're like, no, I shut it off. Like, off. You know, and I'm like, okay, all right, never mind.
I usually game when I'm on PlayStation. I'm appearing offline. I don't, Yeah,
you do that. I know, which is funny because every once in a while I'll see a message from you on PlayStation, and it's like, you're like, Lord, God, what the hell? I'm looking around the room.
I'm always like, what are you doing on PlayStation?
Yeah, you're like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, what are you doing here? It's great. Like an 80s sitcom.
It is.
When'd you get here? I don't know. When'd you get here?
Hey, what's up, everybody in the chat? I see we got K Mega and Noof and
good to have all you guys here. Thank you so much.
Hit that like button. Let's see if we can't get to 200, man. Let's rock that 200. It's gonna be a good day, man. It's gonna be a really good day. I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on. If you're a wrestling fan, if you're a gamer, hell, you're gonna have lots of stuff to game with today. So it's an exciting time, man. I'm super excited to see this. Hey, believe it or not, we're only 2 months away from E3.
Crap, it's a lot closer than we all think it is. And this is a good time just to kind of say, like, I want to remind everybody about our Patreon too, guys. Please do keep us in mind. Click on the Patreon, support us. We are going into E3, as Crap just said. So we've got a lot of great skits, ideas, things we're going to be recording, and your help definitely makes the show get stronger, better, faster, etc.
Just like the $6 million man.
Absolutely. So I just want to take a second to remind you guys to please, even $1 in a dream, folks. Every month gets you in.
We actually have a raffle that we should have done today, but I didn't get around to it. We'll do that next week.
We'll do the April one next week. Yes, we should have done that.
Yeah, that's my fault.
That's all right.
Do you want to play the Patreon promo?
Absolutely.
Well, no, because we only got 20 minutes left. I just would rather just kind of talk a little bit, if that's all right.
That's fine.
Just like get in some of these topics, because I know people are going to want to.
We do have some topics left, yes.
Yeah, I just because of what's going on, and it's like there's only 20 minutes left, and it's a big wrestling day, and I kind of want to get into some of these topics, man. There's a lot of juicy ones.
Well, go ahead, buddy, bring it up, and I'll be happy to.
The PUBG is getting a new map in May.
So we're getting the map that is already on PC, but I was actually looking forward to maybe getting that smaller map that's coming out. So
we'll get that one too. So the second PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds map is coming to Xbox One in May, which I think is pretty cool because we're in April.
Yes. The Crap Gamer 12-month calendar for sale after the show. I really think that it's I'm with you, Crap. I mean, it's about time. I have talked to the likes of Space Cat and a few other people that have played Predator too. Shout out to Predator. They said that they prefer the map we're actually playing on versus the new one, but I still welcome the new one with open arms.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. Change is good.
Yeah. Oh, I hear a phone ringing.
I hear a phone ringing, and
M&C, I think. What's up?
Hey, Mooch Crap, Jay. Just a very quick question. Why do we not have the single earpiece headset, chat headsets like we had in the 360 anymore? Just find that very strange that we don't have that option. I know we have the ones with the double over-ear thing, but that's just really big and bulky. You just want something nice to sit on the side of your head. Anyway, I'll speak to you guys later. Thanks.
Crap, I gotta say something. I don't know about you. I used that so much in the 360 era, so many times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it either, to be honest with you.
I have and Tim Dog said the same thing many episodes back when we were hanging out, and he said, Mooch, I'm with you. I love to put the earpiece in for chat, and then I would use the surround sound in my room to be able to see if Thieves is perfect for that, so I can hear the ridiculously unique sounds for the boat and the waves crashing and the music playing on my surround sound, and then be able to just communicate with you guys in my earpiece. That was something I truly loved. I still would use a set of Astro A40s or A50s for true gaming. You get immersed. But there's games where you just want to chat with your friends and it's not about the sound. There are games that are not about the sound. And the reason I say that is some of you guys used to play your own music through your Xbox back in the 360 era too, and you didn't care what was going on in the game, like Forzas, etc. So I don't know, crap, why that's not here. Another one of those things that this generation didn't get right. It's just it's when Xbox just didn't get that right. They should have had that earpiece out many years ago.
Yeah, it is a little bit strange that sometimes this generation we get things that we had last generation, right? And then they both these companies act like it should be a big deal,
right?
But it's really not. You know what I mean?
It's really not.
You know what? I also wanted to talk about a little bit because it's a game that you don't really care about, but Spider-Man is a game, and that collector's edition, which I pre-ordered, by the way.
It's not that I don't care about it. It's funny because you got to have a topic. If you're just going to go on everybody's show and everybody's, I love it, I can't wait to buy it. Okay, great. Yeah. So what are we going to talk about for the other hour and 59 minutes? So, I think the game is great. Very good. I think people are hyping it up because of the nostalgia of Spider-Man, but I think the collector's edition is top notch.
Yeah. Man, that was a really nice looking collector's edition. I saw that. I was like,
it is,
man, I got to get that, and I know I'm not the only one. I know Boom picked it up, and probably a lot of people picked it up. But just what are your thoughts in general on the game? Because I know you're when I was talking to you about it, you were like, yeah, it looks great.
Well, it is what we thought it was. It's Spider-Man, right? So it's swinging from rooftop to rooftop. How the hell did that happen? But anyways, I think right. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I didn't see. I'm sorry. I didn't see the graphic. My fault, Jay. There it is. Now I see it. Anyway, I don't know, crap. I just think it could get awfully repetitive. I think that, and I think me and you had this conversation, and somebody said to me, well, what about Halo or Gears, where it's whenever there's a shooting, look at games like Fortnite and PUBG, right? Nothing really revolutionary, right? They just changed the idea of doing 1 versus 100.
Yeah.
And it's shooting. But when you have a shooter, people just flock to it. This is a game where, yes, the novelty of web slinging from building to building will be cool originally. That may get old. And then using the environment, you're not going to be able to use everything in the environment. So it'll be certain things that shine that you'll be able to grab with a web and throw at somebody. Or they'll have a sequence, whether it be QTE or not, with an enemy. And then it's just hurry up, so-and-so's getting away in a helicopter. And he's like, all right, let's do that. And you do that for about 8 to 10 hours. And on the 8th hour, you're not that excited after a while. So it's kind of I don't know. Myself personally, I just think that I think a lot of people are wrapped up in the love that they have for Spider-Man. And that's okay. There's no negative. There's absolutely no negative here. I'm just saying, since I was not a Spider-Man fan like everybody else, as much as X-Men or other comics, for Spider-Man, for me, this is just a very good game being put out by Insomniac. And to me, it's not the say-all, end-all of games. And I don't know. I think, look at what we've seen so far. We've only seen, what? A common attraction.
Yeah, you know what? I think that I think it's going to be a good game. I think that it's going to be a hashtag fun game.
Yeah.
It's it
is going to be hashtag fun. Yes.
I like the Batman Arkham series tremendously. This is almost like something like that, but it's exclusive for Sony, and I think that's a big get for them. It's a big name, is what it is, and now it maybe wouldn't have been a big name before the new Spider-Man movie came out, was a big hit, and now they're about to come out with the Infinity War stuff. So it's really popular again, and that's helped Sony. The brand recognition, people want this game, and Insomniac's a class developer. They do great work.
Right.
I think it's gonna be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. The thing is, I haven't really liked the Spider-Man game in the past, so who knows?
That's where I'm coming from, and right, that's what I said. I don't like any of the ones in the past at all. I think they're all terrible. So, Insomniac's the best developer you're ever going to have take a crack at it, especially with their Sunset Overdrive mechanics and game engine they built.
The best Spider-Man game was on PS2 and Dreamcast.
I played a Spider-Man one on Dreamcast. It was really good.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
So I take that back. Yes, there was one on the Dreamcast that I remember playing that was really fun.
Right.
But I never really enjoyed like the ones that were like the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That one came up on Xbox One. That was bad. You remember War did the Spider-Man thing?
Yes, Spiderman
2. Next Gen Smoke.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. And then like, I didn't really have much time with the other ones on the 360. I know there's a bunch of them like Shattered Dimensions and this one and that one. So I don't know. I mean, I did like Spider-Man in, I think he might have been in those games on 360 where you could play as the X-Men or different characters. I forget what the hell it was called. Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Sony folks in the chat right now. Guys, listen, we can friend each other on PlayStation 4. Like you could, I'd love to mooch the game. Like how come I'd like to get a Sony representative that's like a cool dude to be able to just BS about games with. And maybe like do a little higher learning. Show why. Why is this game going to be the best thing since sliced bread? You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that I'm interested to hear. Besides, hey, I read Spider-Man comics for the past 20 years of my life. I think it's the best thing in the world. You can't say anything about it. What? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's like I don't know. You can't be lactose intolerant and then just wave like a cup of milk in front of somebody. Be like, well, you can't have it, but it's better. It's like that doesn't make any sense. Like. I just want to see if Insomniac can change the game because all past Spider-Man games have been pretty, generic for me.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm getting it. I'm hoping for the best. I think it's going to be good.
I'm definitely going to play it.
Yeah. Well, for me, this is another thing where people are like, "Well, why don't you just switch to PlayStation crap?" And I'm like, "Well, to be honest with you, there's only usually a couple 3 games a year that I want on PlayStation, so."
Right. I mean, like I said, this year for PlayStation, I'll be honest with you, crap. I'm even on the fence about maybe picking up Detroit. It depends on when it lands and what I'm doing as far as State of Decay 2, because I think they're coming out a week apart. Is that true?
Yeah, something like that. It's not too far apart, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's one thing that's you start getting to these games that are going to be a little bit. Real close to each other in release date, and that's a problem, which I think that's something we're not talking about. When Spider-Man comes out September 7th, what's the
good
deal?
time for that, though? Good
Is
date.
there anything in its way?
No,
right?
No.
So that is a good date, then. That is a good date.
Because you got over a month before
Call of Duty
and almost 2 months before Red Dead 2.
Right, and that game's not going to... I know people are saying, oh, Spider-Man's going to take 48 million hours to beat. It's probably 15 hours at best. Maybe 20 if you're really, really getting a lot of collectibles.
Yeah.
But, because it's going to be like Sunset Overdrive. I think Sunset Overdrive was a 15-hour, 18-hour game.
Yeah.
I think it'll be very similar to that. So, yeah, long story longer, I think that's the way to look at it. But nonetheless, I am excited to play the game. I'm just not as excited as I think the internet is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is? It's like if you hate Sea of Thieves, people would praise you.
Right.
Like, yeah, great. You should hate Sea of Thieves.
Right.
But it's like if you question a game that people just assume is going to be great, then you're insane.
Right.
And I don't think I get that. Like, why are you not allowed to have your own opinions on everything?
Yeah.
We all have different tastes, people. That's the thing. We all have different tastes. I wasn't a Last of Us fan. Mooch, you love The Last of Us. So people that just assume you're a PlayStation hater don't know how much you love The Last of Us. And even the multiplayer, you were a big fan of that.
Right.
For me personally, I didn't like The Last of Us. And I've gone over it a million times. It's not a troll thing. It's not that I don't like PlayStation, because maybe my favorite game of last gen was Uncharted 2. That might have been the best game of last generation. But The Last of Us to me was very slow paced, very repetitive, very and since I'm not into that, you know what I mean? It's like, I like multiplayer stuff, true. But that game was like, you throw the bottle, you throw the rock, the aiming controls are real clunky. And
Right.
I just, you bring the girl across the water, and I didn't like it. So like a lot of people just assume that you're a hater if you don't like something that's popular. I'm not a sheep either. It's like, just because 90% of people like something doesn't mean I have to. I'm not going to dislike it because a lot of people like it, but I'm going to give my own opinion on it and not going to be swayed by other people because they think that I'm crazy or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think anyone understands. A lot of people don't.
It's like,
we have talked. Crap, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I don't know. I lost you for a second there, but there's people are people in the chat are just making their own sitcom and their own show. Like I have no hate. I actually said Insomniac is probably the best developer of this generation. So I think what they put together, even their indie game Song of the Deep was awesome. Okay, that's how good they are. Their D team was amazing this year. So what I'm saying to you is that I actually am going to be playing Spider-Man. I'm just not as excited. I don't have to be as excited. Like if I said to you right now, I'm taking the whole family, we're going to Red Robin. You guys don't have to be as excited for that hamburger and fries like I am. You're like, I don't like hamburgers, Mooch, okay? I'm more into fish fillets. Well, that's a you problem. All I'm saying is I may not be as hyped as you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I
my
think
friend, is a you problem.
It is, Mooch. And I'll tell you the truth. I think that, you want to go on every podcast, just hear everybody loves Spider-Man and can't wait to play it. I mean, there is, all we've seen is a commercial. You've seen a 1-minute promo put together by the developer. Of course, you're going to see the best of the best of the best with honors.
And you know what's funny is the same people that are like, oh, you should be more excited for Spider-Man or whatever, are the same ones that would say Halo or Gears or even Forza Horizon is trash. And that's like, that's your opinion, but why is it okay for you to have that opinion, but for us not to have an opinion that, hey, we're not like super excited about, like, I'm excited about God of War. I'm cautiously excited because I was a fan of the original type, right? Like with the jumping, and I'm playing through God of War 3 Remastered, which I don't know why. It's not like you got to be caught up on the story since it's like basically kind of a reboot situation. But, the jumping and the platforming is part of that game, and it's going to be weird not being able to do that in the new one. So, I mean, I'm still excited for it. I'm excited for Crackdown 3. I hope they nailed that game. State of Decay 2, I don't know if you've been seeing any of the footage on that, but that looks really good.
It's really coming around, Crap. It really is.
It is, man. It is. I'm really, really excited about that as well.
I just say shout out to Lamarcus in the chat. Lamarcus, I don't know if you've been under a rock for 2 years.
I have that collector's edition pre-ordered too.
I have God of War already purchased. I don't know what you're talking about. You guys hate on God of War. I can't wait to play God of War. I don't know what you're talking about. That's what I'm saying. Exciting. Like, if you guys are still on 2013 narrative, you should like tune in more often. Like it's, times change. People, you see things that are evolving. There's things on Xbox that I like that I don't so much anymore. There's things on PlayStation I didn't like that I like a little bit more, and vice versa. And it kind of, goes back and forth as games and as policy change and as gamers change. So yeah, me and Crap, I don't think Crap's got both collector's editions. For somebody that doesn't like it, that's $300 out of his pocket.
$300, folks.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't honestly know where you come up with that, except for just banter in the chat. But whatever you like to do on Sunday morning.
Well, I mean,
it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm excited for it. Insomniac's great developers. I hope they get around to, doing a Sunset Overdrive 2. I think people would really be receptive to that. Like I always say this, right? Sunset Overdrive came out at a horrible time, right? They released it during the holiday rush, a new IP. The Xbox hate was still unreal at that time. Like people were just really into not liking Xbox, and that really hurt. You only had 9 million Xboxes out there. So, I think that, if you released a sequel, it would do much better, in my opinion.
Right.
Co-op campaign, maybe a team deathmatch multiplayer. I think that would be fine. So.
Right. No, I hear you. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I just think that Microsoft it would behoove them to kind of do that. Just, my opinion, but I'm excited for that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else do we got here, man? Anything else going on?
I was just looking through the list here of like, I know you're not into it. I'm actually going to be playing a lot of it this afternoon. I'm getting back into Far Cry. I understand how you don't. Whoa. Holy. Wow. That's Far Cry, apparently. That's great. No, I really am enjoying Far Cry. You can kind of get lost in the tail. Crap. It's not like where you're on the edge of your seat. You got some cool bases to take over. Some of the people you just find along the side quests are hysterical. There's wacky stuff going on. There's a lot of what do they call it there? Easter eggs. They even have an Easter egg in the game, which is hysterical. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. There's more than that. So
like,
yeah, I don't
like
know.
the opening stuff to it, right? And then it's like, but then the mission structure after that kind of falls apart.
Yeah, I mean, well, you see, so it's funny. You're saying it falls apart, and that's what the developer intended. They wanted the game to have no direction. They wanted you to be, you're the director. You kind of take it on, and sometimes I think that's a bit risque because you're putting your
I'm
game.
just like, I'm not sure if I'm their target demographic for that type of game because I'm just like, what should I do?
Right.
You know, like I'm more the type of gamer. Let me click on my next mission, and it leads me to the next mission.
Yeah, it's one of those things, crap, where you open up your map and there's 70 different icons, and then you just pick the one that's closest to you.
I find like Great Skull Zero says it. He says it's a little boring, to be honest. I agree with that. Again, I'm more of a multiplayer gamer anyway, so you know, it's good. Hey, Chris, he mentions that Ashen looks good. That's another exclusive coming out. You know what? I just look over at my Xbox One S.
Yeah.
Sit next to me, and Hellheimer put a Bazinga sticker on it.
Zing. Nice.
What the hell? Like, I just now noticed that.
That's funny. Milky Way in the chat. He says Ashen looks like Below in Dark Souls, so that's interesting. I think Ashen.
Yeah, you like those kind of games.
I do.
Right?
I'm very much looking forward.
I'll probably try it just because. I mean,
right,
you know,
right.
I'm not a Dark Soul. I'm not a Souls guy. You know. So
yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from with going back to Far Cry for a second, crap, because the game's a lot of fun. I mean, if you got something else where you don't want to put like. You don't want to be like completely immersed. You don't have to get. I don't think you have to get immersed into Far Cry. I think you can do it casually, enjoy the game for what it is. It's no more, no less than that. You know what I mean? It's not. Yeah. I don't think. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like dialed in 110%.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you, man. I think it's fun, and plus, like, have you tried to co-op or anything? Because I haven't done any of that.
I have done one co-op mission. I'm just trying to reach out and get a hold of Boom and see if because we know what it is. Boom beat the game. So zero guilt on his end.
Where do people find the time?
Well, he's retired.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was just gonna say, like,
yeah, he's retired. He's retired. Yeah,
man. I get back from work and I'm just too tired to game. You know what I mean? It's yeah.
So I mean, no, he buys everything. He beats everything. Hats off to him, dude. He's always up there on the achievement chart for every month.
And he's always making videos.
Well, like I said, he's retired. He's got a great amount of time on his hand. And that's awesome that he's utilizing it. So.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of cool people doing videos now. Like, and that's cool to see. Yeah. The main thing that I would stress right now, because a lot of people are kind of down on Xbox, is like, why? There's a lot going for it. Like this time last year, sure, there was a lot to be down about.
Yeah, no, this year is a real turnaround.
In my opinion, and we're the only ones that really have any kind of surprises for E3. Honestly. I mean,
I mean, Sony could reveal a new IP that I think you're just going to see more of that game made by Sucker Punch.
Yeah, and they also have that Devil May Cry exclusive. That was a big rumor as well.
Yep.
So I mean,
that's a big get too.
Also, there's a rumor about Bloodborne 2. So I mean, those would be big.
Yeah, I've owned Bloodborne since almost the first year it came out, and I still haven't played it
because it was free.
Yeah, now I have the disc and I have it, digitally now.
Yeah.
But look, the reason I just haven't gotten to it yet is just because there's so much. Like you say, the fact that we're more multiplayer focused is what actually ends up being the reason I don't get to a lot of the single player games all the time.
Yeah, I
is
agree.
Like Far Cry 5 the other day, I got myself a stack, got myself a drink, I'm hanging out, I'm like, okay, let's get into Far Cry, and then you hit me up and you're like, I got Clowns and Assassin, you want to play some Sea of Thieves? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
There goes Far Cry. There goes Far Cry. See you in a week. Some rock. That's great. Yeah, Crap does that. Remember that? That's great. Even on Crossfire nights, he's like, and there's a video posting now.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like my stuff is scheduled, so it's it's hard to really kind of we go over sometimes, So I usually try to schedule for after or before.
Yes.
And then it just really depends on what's going on. So
now, speaking of that, we are approaching the 2-hour mark.
We are. We should do the wheel. Where's the wheel, Jay?
The wheel of
wonder.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's not either. There you go, Jay. Thank you. Jay. It was Jay's mail.
Yeah, I should turn Skype off so that people aren't calling in during the wheel, but hey, who cares? Okay, so we've got everyone on the wheel. Let's do the spin. Do we have
spin?
Do we have a particular prize we want to announce?
No, there's just going to be something. You can be sure of that.
Your sock drawer?
Yes. It's like a grab bag. Hey now. Hey now.
Could be a month of Game Pass. That's like gold.
Could be. Could be. It is a gold. I
Let's
know.
see, what do we...
Because I know.
We couldn't give that crap away before.
No. You know what sucks is when we got all those months, you can't stack them either, crap. Like you have to wait for your Game Pass to run out and then you can, you know what I mean? You can re-up it again.
Let's see.
Who do we have? Round and round we go. KAH Masters, maybe? Maybe?
It could be. Woo!
Nice.
Congratulations.
I think that's a first-time win.
You beaten a great game.
I think so. I think that is a first time for him.
Yes, congratulations. No, the
No.
two JWs do, I guess.
That's very unfortunate, actually.
Well, hot dog, we have a wiener.
Hey now.
There it is, the hot dog.
There's
We
the
have
hot
it.
dogs.
Yes, it's very exciting.
No, good stuff,
hot
crap.
dogs
Great.
this time.
Great
Hey,
M&C mornings. Good to get back after an
It
Easter
is,
break.
and hit that like button, folks. Let's get to 200, and then enjoy your day, man. WrestleMania or whatever you guys are gonna watch.
Walking Dead. Just in case you're not into it,
Not me. I'm gonna be watching.
WrestleMania.
I'll be hours deep into WrestleMania by
Hey
then.
now,
So
hey
yeah.
now.
Jay, do you want to close it out with the Mooch and Crap theme song? Boop boop boop
Yes,
boop.
that's
Let's
awesome.
do it.
Okay,
All right, guys,
thanks
enjoy
for
your
showing up,
Sunday.
everybody. Have a happy Sunday. I hope you're not getting the snow that I'm getting. I'm supposed to be getting 15 to 20 centimeters today.
Ooh,
centimeters.
we're not really sure over here in the States, but we'll assume that's a lot.
2.5 centimeters is an inch.
Why
Wow.
don't you just say inch?
Because that's what they tell us. They give it to
Jay's like,
us
I'm
in
not doing the
centimeters.
conversion.
let me sit there and take out my calculator
Yes.
and figure that out. So have a great weekend, guys.
Guys, enjoy the
WrestleMania.
weekend. Peace, everybody.
Mooch and crap, mooch and crap. They talk about games and no drama smack. Search the web for media ties to catch these ponies in their lives. Look out, here comes Mooch and crap. Are they bots? Listen up. They have Mountain Dew in their blood. NeoGaf, Xbox Reds, Crap's got 10 dog all over it. Hey there, here comes Mooch and crap. From a tweet of Phil, Xbox hate will arrive like the Scorpio. Mooch and crap are just in time. Mooch and crap, mooch and crap. Zany gaming dual mooch and crap. YouTube in is their core. A thumb in is its reward to them. Xbox is one big hangout. Whenever there's a game out, you'll find mooch and crap.
Wake on up. It's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap. Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap. Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap. Make sure. Show, oh oh.